And next up at UFC 328, Ateba Gautier taking on Ozzy Diaz. And if you're enjoying the content, hit that like and subscribe button. Give me Ateba Gautier here. This is pretty much the easiest one on the card. Short breakdown here from me. Ozzy Diaz is far too slow, far too plodding, and obviously he did come down from 205 here to middleweight. And I just think that Ateba Gautier has a problem. Obviously, we know the knockout power in the hands. He's very measured on the feet. He's not a guy that swings very wild. He doesn't have big looping shots, but we know that he packs a punch and he can rip to the body and come upstairs. And I just think it's just going to be a matter of time in this one before Ateba Gautier is able to land the big shots on Ozzy Diaz. Diaz doesn't have a ton of head movement. He has been knocked out in the past, and he did have a nice, back and forth performance against Jordan Santos, who we saw earlier on the card. But I just don't think it's going to be enough. He's not going to be able to mix in the takedowns. Ateba Gautier has great takedown defense. This should be pretty much a knockout victory here for Ateba Gautier. Mark my words, confident in this one. I think a lot of people will be this week for Ateba to find another knockout here against Ozzy Diaz. Let's see if Carlos agrees with me or he's going with the upset.
In this one, I'm going to take Gautier to get it done. I think Gautier looks sharp. He's strong. Takedown defense. He's explosive. He's got power. He's fighting a guy that's very hittable as Ozzy Diaz. And Diaz, he can bounce on his toes, but he doesn't really go anywhere. He kind of just bounces in place to get warm and get a rhythm. And, his striking, he's not somebody that's going to catch you and rock you unless you're like dead tired. And, one of his fights was a slugfest back and forth with Santos. And, the only reason it looked like he was hurting him, Santos, in that fight is because Santos was dead tired too. It was a sloppy fight, and they look sloppy from start to finish. They throw wide, they throw slow. They're both really not very talented fighters, but I think Santos is the better of the two. But it doesn't mean that he's a good fighter. I think Ozzy Diaz took a couple shots from him, but that's going to be nothing like taking a shot from Ateba Gautier here. Gautier will just kind of use his physicality in the clinch and just kind of impose himself on Diaz. I wish there was more of a breakdown to it, but Diaz has been hurt by lesser fighters in the past, so to me this is a no-brainer. I'm going to take Gautier to get this one done.